there's our text. The animation I'll change, and we'll go for, see how this one looks. It's pretty funky. And we'll also change the text font and color. So I'm going to go for white, and I'm going to go for red text. Okay, done. Add to movie, and you can see now if I move our little player there, I've just dragged it with the mouse over here prior to those boards, and I'm clicking play over here. I could use the space bar. The space bar will start and stop the actual video. So there's our first one, call now, and then coming in with the number. So that's how we actually get our titles and our credits on our video. Now, how do we get the actual captions on each image over here? Well, here's what we do. We go back to Make Titles or Credits, and we go to Title on the selected clip. So we actually select the clip there, and then we come back up here and we create a title. And we can do exactly the same things as we did with our other text. So I'm just going to change that animation because that looks a bit weird over that one. So go there, and then it should fly out. There we go. Now, once that's done and you're happy with the actual way that happens, the colors and all that, click Done, Add Title to Movie, and you can see it appears now on the title overlay track. So when I play, we'll see our text, and then it will flip out. There we go. So we just do that as many times as we'd like on our images there. Title on the selected clip, and we've got a community-based one. There we go. We'll just change the animation just to see how it works again. And done, add to movie. And if I play it, just move my player and click play. There we go. Now, we can also click with our left mouse button and drag these to where we'd like. So if they're not in exactly the right position, you can click and drag them so they appear later or a bit earlier, however you'd like. So the next thing to do is to add our music track. So we come over here to our library and click with our left mouse button, hold it down, and you can see it's automatically gone to the audio and music because it knows that it's music. Now you can also see that the track is 4 minutes 50 long. We only want a little bit over here, just a little bit longer, so we've got a fade. So I click there with my selector, and I drag it a little bit past that last image, that last title. I make sure that this track is active, and it's active because it's got the dark black outline around it. Then I come up to Clip menu, and I click on Split. And now I have two sections of that music. I right click on the second section, and I click Delete. And now that's removed. Then I come back here, right click again, and I click on Fade Out. Now when I play, the music should fade out. There we go. All is good. Last thing before we're ready to preview our movie is to actually add the transitions. So you can see here at the moment everything is just a cut, okay, between the images. How we do that is we come over to this section here that says Show Storyboard. The current way that we're viewing the movie that we're creating is called the timeline, and we can switch between timeline view and storyboard view so that we can add transitions. So we come up here, click on Show Storyboard, and now we have all our images as just a little block, and you can see this little square in between. That's the transition. Because it's blank at the moment, it just signifies a direct cut. Okay, so now we can actually add transitions to make things a bit snazzier. So we come up here to View Video Transitions, and you can see here we now have a large selection of different ways that we can transition from one image to the next. Now of course you can go crazy and you can have all of these in your video. I don't recommend it. It just makes things look a little bit, I don't know, unprofessional really, because the idea is that you keep one or two types of transitions in your video so that you've got a certain style. Now There's no hard and fast rule. You just do what you'd like to use that looks good for you. But remember that you don't want things to look, I don't know, just a little bit you don't want things to look a little bit messy by having too many transition styles. So let's just go for a couple. We're going to use circles. So we just click and drag with our left mouse button and drop it on the square, and you can see now that it's actually put the transition in there. And I'll go for a diagonal on this one. And now if I come over to here and we click there, we play, you'll see our transition there. We've got our text coming up, then our next transition to that one. Now the other disadvantage of this version is that we don't get that Ken Burns effect, which is the way that the images were panned and zoomed, which is quite nice. And there's no way that you can do it on this version, unfortunately. So you're stuck with just doing the transitions. So what we do is we go through, and you can certainly keep the cuts if you like, that's not a problem. And we can fade, so we just do a cross dissolve between the next pieces of image, just like that. And we can do things like this. So we'll go there, brings it out. Okay, so you get the idea of how you can just add those in, and you can do it as many times as you like. Up to there. Now I'd probably do it certainly on these boards here, so that we have a bit of action going between those to signify the call to action. So let's just see how that looks. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now we can come back to our show timeline, and you can see here that we've added transitions on this transition track. Okay, so doing it in storyboard mode is just easier because you can see exactly where to place them, and it's just yeah, a very simple technique to do it. And now we can just preview our video by clicking the start button. And music will start, transition, our next transition coming up, and then our next one, and then the next couple will be cuts before our next piece of text. That's our first cut, then this one, and our text. Cool. Okay, so that's it. That's our movie completed. Now the last step is to actually save our movie ready to upload to YouTube and other video sharing sites. So we have some options here, and you can certainly do that, but I just through habit come up here and go to File, Save Movie File, and I'm going to save it to my computer. Click on Next, title the movie, so it's my promo video 1. It's in our My Videos folder, and you can certainly browse to another folder if you'd like to save it elsewhere. Click on Next. This here, just leave it as best quality for playback on my computer. The file size is slightly bigger than what I'd like, but it gives you a good quality, and it's certainly small enough to upload to YouTube and the other sites. Now we come to Next, and it's going to actually do its number crunching in the computer and save the video, and you can see it's the file name there and where we're saving it to.